Today, I want to talk about a powerful truth that can completely change the way you approach your goals. It's a story about a guy named Jason, and I think many of you will see yourselves in his struggle. Jason had been grinding for years. Seriously, this guy was the definition of hustle. He woke up before dawn, worked late into the night, and sacrificed almost everything for his dream of starting his own business. In his mind, hard work was the only ingredient needed for success. He truly believed that if he just outworked everyone else, he'd eventually make it. But months turned into a year, and the results were, well, minimal. Clients were slow to respond, projects kept getting delayed, and the bills, they just kept piling up, creating this mountain of stress. Jason felt exhausted, invisible, and deeply frustrated. He was doing everything he thought he was supposed to do, but it felt like he was running on a hamster wheel, getting nowhere. One evening, completely burned out, he confided in an old mentor. He said, "I've been working harder than I ever have in my life, but nothing is happening. Am I doing something wrong? What am I missing?" The mentor listened patiently, then smiled and said something that Jason would never forget. He said, "Jason, hard work alone isn't enough. The truth nobody tells you is that it must be focused, consistent, and paired with smart decisions. Working harder isn't always working better." That single sentence hit Jason like a ton of bricks. That night, he couldn't sleep. He just sat there and reflected on his mentor's words. He realized he had been incredibly busy, but he hadn't been strategic. He was running in circles, completely exhausted but totally unfocused. He was mistaking motion for progress. The very next morning, something shifted. Jason sat down and made a real plan. He didn't just list tasks, he identified the critical actions that would create the biggest impact on his business. He started asking himself, is this moving the needle, or is this just busy work? He began to delegate the small stuff, eliminate the constant distractions, and refine his entire approach. He stopped trying to do everything at once and started focusing his energy on what truly mattered. Just a few weeks later, the results began to show. It wasn't an overnight miracle, but it was a definite shift. His work became more effective, his stress levels dropped dramatically, and opportunities that seemed completely unreachable before suddenly started appearing on his radar. Jason finally understood. Hard work, when combined with sharp focus and a smart strategy, was the key that finally unlocked the doors he had been struggling to open for so long.